The dog holds a well-chewed ball in his mouth.
Hand that over.
All right. It's only fair that you enjoy it too. But if you feel like throwing it, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Another visit from the Golden Paladin. It said we'll get the answers we need about the tadpole if we infiltrate the cult.
Then let's do just that.
Indeed.
I had another visit from that dream figure. I take it you did too. It claims that if we infiltrate the heart of the cult that's giving out these parasites, we'll find the answers we're looking for. It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous, if you ask me.
Whatever's at the heart of this cult, we have to find it, by any means possible.
And while we're at it, we can see how many more of these little worms we can harvest. Now, was there anything else?
I had another dream. Which, I suppose, means you did as well. Whoever's reaching out to us truly does seem opposed to the Absolute, but wants us to embrace the tadpole. Venture right into the heart of the cult. Perhaps we truly have a secret protector. Or we're walking into a trap.
Another dream. Another order from that dubious visitor. It announced that we will find the answers we seek in the Absolute Cultist's lair, and offered another generous gift. A persuasive creature. It tempts us with power, expresses its admiration, its adoration. Avert your eyes whenever it appears, and do not avail yourself of this new power, no matter how alluring. You've no idea what damage it could do to us, how far into illithid madness it could drag us.
I think the dream figure was right. Follow these cultists, and we find the source of our tadpoles.
Yes, the one truth that fell out of its cankered lips. There will come a battle, but it will be one with swords, not mind games born of brainworms.
These dreams linger in my memory. Do you think that strange figure will come back?
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still.
A greater master? Who or what could that be?
A question that burns in my belly day and night. Elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. It would require a powerful creed to unite them. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this plane, it may reach others.
I had another dream last night. The visitor came to me and ordered me to penetrate the heart of the very cult that's spreading the infection. It gave me a tadpole gift too, just like it did the first time it appeared. I suppose it hoped this would help. At first, I thought we should avoid these gifts no matter what advantage we gain. And yet, I can't help recall the words of my father. The best plan is the one that works. These powers could be enough to edge us towards victory.
I'd sooner avoid these powers if we can. I feel like we're being led into a trap.
Then we do well to walk around it. Use these powers sparingly, if you must use them at all.
I've been dreaming of our enigmatic visitor again. She told me our purpose was to take on this cult of the Absolute, to infiltrate its ranks and bring it down from the inside. She even offered me greater powers, the result of some manipulation of the tadpole's psionic abilities. Given the magnitude of what we're up against, I see no harm in considering the benefit this offer might afford us. Could be the only way to reach this source in one piece.
Our tadpoles are part of the problem, not a solution. We shouldn't rely on them or their powers.
I admire the vigor with which you uphold your principles, but I would remind you that the evils of the Absolute are far greater than any moral compromise we might make by using our tadpole's full potential. Your confidence in our existing capabilities is quite rousing, though. Perhaps that spirited enthusiasm will be strength enough to subdue the cult when the time comes.
Seems the shrooms are letting in more people every day. You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf. Balin's his name.
Can you describe him?
Bald, blue tunic, dumb as a stick.
Haven't seen him.
Right. Never mind.
Who is he to you?
My useless husband. Sent him for an errand. It's no surprise he's made a mess of it.
Need some help finding him?
Knock yourself out. But don't come begging for coin if you find him. You try to ransom him to me, you'll find yourself skint and stuck with a fat old lout. And it might be enough to cover rent.
There's something I've been wanting to share with you. If now's a good time.
You're voluntarily telling me about yourself? Are you feeling unwell? Is the tadpole?
No. The opposite. I feel like I can share this with you. I've never felt that way before. It's difficult to put into words. I think it might be easier to just show you. Use the tadpole. The connection. Come into my mind.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I trust you.
What am I going to see?
How I came to be who I am. How I found my way to Lady Shah's embrace. I don't remember how it started, only how it ended. I was fleeing. She asked my name. Can't remember what I said. Can't remember anything before those words. All I know is she saved my life and gave me a new home with Lady Shah. It hurts. That's all I remember.
Something sparks in your memory about Selûnite rites of passage. You heard once about how they would send their children out into the wilds to navigate their way home.
You looked like you were wearing a moonstone. Isn't that commonly worn by Selûnites?
You're reading too much into things. A childhood bauble, that's all. Just because Selûnites claim something doesn't mean they own it.
No wonder you're so dedicated to Shah. You feel like you owe your life to her.
Lady Shah. But yes, her and those who saved me and taught me her ways. The Mother Superior. She made me who I am. At least as best as I can remember. She taught me, trained me, punished me when I failed her. Which was often.
You must have been important to her.
Perhaps I was. She sent me on this mission after all.
Stop! Stop! Bibberbang!
You recognize the name. Bibberbang, a mushroom that releases dangerous spores. Highly flammable.
This is quite a predicament you've landed yourself in.
I know that! Scroll! Escape! My bag, please! I've dropped it somewhere!
I actually have a scroll of Misty Step. Will that help?
Yes! That's... yes! Ah! Oh! I'm fine. I just have to... and then... here! God. I can finally breathe. Ah, right, as, what were you saying?
I met Dareth. She's waiting for you.
Dareth, I must... need to go. For you. Your trouble. Ta.
A camp. Looks abandoned.
I smell a trap.
Friendly-looking shadow.
What? Gek! Got someone sneaking up on us!
What's this? Got ourselves an infiltrator? You move pretty quietly. Not quietly enough for my liking, though. Noise gets you eaten down here. Reckon I'll hush you before something hungry comes along.
His gnarled fist grips an axe.
Take your hand off that axe before you lose it.
Fine. I'll let you live. But spoil my hunt, and you're dead.
What are you doing here?
Told you. Hunting. Slave ran away. Took Sergeant Thrin's boots. Gotta kill the slave and fetch back the leather. Or the bosses in Moonrise will have Frinn's hide.
Would you really kill someone for a pair of boots?
Sergeant told me to. Besides, we're talking about a slave.
I'm not helping a slave catcher.
A bleeding heart, are you? Reckon I'll just roast and eat it.
Impero Mortus! Be conquered!
Nothing will stand in my way. A couple turns should...
That old idiot. Look at that. Got my useless old man back. I suppose that's your doing. His hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough.
It's a miracle he survived. You should take him home.
Please, Balin's got a job to do. We can leave when he's done it.
Seems like there's no love lost between the two of you.
Love? Never heard of it. Balin's meek now, but he used to be a rotten old bastard. Treated me like an old shoe for 70 years. Losing his mind was the only good he ever did by me.
This is dangerous territory. You must be down here for a reason.
Collecting noble stock. Valuable mushroom. We've a shop in Baldur's Gate. The locals go mad for it.
What makes it so valuable?
Nearly nothing it can't cure. Blindness, poison, hair loss.
Could it cure Balin's memory loss?
Probably. But Balin in his right mind wasn't worth half of noble stock. I know him better than anyone. Got the scars to prove it.
I actually think I have some noble stock right here.
Ah. To no surprise of mine, you're more competent than Balin. Go on then. Hand it over.
What will you do with it?
Sell it. What else? Worth more than its weight in gold to folk back in Baldur's Gate. There ain't much it can't cure.
I actually think I might keep this for myself.
Wait. Please. I need this.
Why do you need it so badly?
I run a shop called Bone Cloaks in Baldur's Gate. Balin nearly sunk the shop to pay for drink. When he was of his own mind, if I can put noble stock on the shelves, it might allow us to hang on a little longer.
I'm sorry, but I think I know someone who needs this more than you do.
You've sunk me. You and Balin together. No point in wasting any more time here with you.
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something?
You should eat the noble stock, Shadowheart. Perhaps it could restore your memories.
I can't. My memories are being withheld for a reason. Lady Shah will return them to me when the time is right, no sooner. Besides, mushrooms aren't my favorite. I think it's because of the gills.
They're your memories. You don't have to ask permission to know who you are.
All right. Give it here.
Is it working?
I remembered something. Not everything. It's new and not new at the same time. All jumbled up. I was younger. Much younger. An initiate at the cloister. I was upset about something. The others were teasing me, mocking my name, like I wasn't worthy of it. There was another. A tiefling boy with short horns and purple hair. I think he was my friend. He tried to make me feel better. Ronald. That's the last part of it I remember. That must be his name. Perhaps he's still there in Baldur's Gate. Why?
Perhaps, but at such an accelerated rate.
I greet you, child of the sun. How has your search for the mushrooms fared?
How did you escape your colony?
I was born with a propensity for arcane magic my people despise. It gave me the strength to resist the elder brain. Every waking hour I pushed back against its dire hold. My wizardry empowered me. The moment its control shattered, I fled. Before the colony discovered I had defected.
How do you survive? Don't you need brains?
In the beginning, I had an arrangement with a lich. Excellent company, despite what one would expect. I required brains, he required souls. A perfect symbiosis. But our ambitions eventually splintered. I wished to better the world, and he preferred its rot. So I left his company, and thus I now feed from those who act against the society's goals.
Best way to deal with that sort of hunger, I suppose.
Perhaps the peoples of the Underdark will be less inclined to violence if they comprehend the cost, yes?
I found those mushrooms you were looking for.
These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Ormelion turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draught. I can make no promises as to its taste.
What exactly is this going to do to me?
It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Ormelion watches you with cautious intensity. It expects doubt. It expects fear.
What aren't you telling me? Is this experiment dangerous?
Only in that you may be a danger to yourself. What the potion may make you see or feel, I cannot determine. But unless you are already a step from death, it will not kill you.
The potion is disgusting beyond description. The only mercy is that it goes down quickly.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber. Dark holes bite at the edges of your vision, but the void cannot draw you in. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it needs to hollow out your skull. The cold blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with power, more power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluum, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling.
I felt it grow inside of me. There's more power than ever.
Such an outcome was not in my calculations. There is more to this being than mere stasis.
So I went through all this and the tadpole's still lodged in my brain.
Indeed. Although I may have another solution, albeit a temporary one. I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
Why didn't you mention the ring before this potion debacle?
Because removal seemed preferable to negation, and I must admit, I was curious to study the tadpole myself.
How about I tell you more about that nautiloid, every last detail?
A fascinating topic indeed. What can you tell me? What a brilliant experience. To feel one step closer to my ancestors is a fine gift indeed. Here, it is yours. May it serve you as well as it has served me.
To deal with this abomination, nigh unthinkable. Yet even Vlaakith herself could not deny the ring's merit.
Of course, the lava remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
How is your more personal research progressing?
It greets you with a harrowing elegy, cheerless as the new moon.
The Dwegar are slain. The rot has been purged.
The music shifts, still melancholic, but now streaked with hope.
Do you hear? A new harmony. Serenity. I name you Peace Bringer.
Fragrant spores waft through the air. Your heart swells with bliss with your every breath.
Freely you have given to us. Freely you may take. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward. But before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwegar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spore shows you a drow striding among Myconid dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe.
Consider it done. I will bring Nia's head to you.
The drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
I'm coming along, just not fast enough. Any word on my people?
I've killed the Dwegar that were hunting you.
I'm almost sorry to hear it. I hope to have the pleasure myself. There's plenty more guarding my people, but I'd say you've made a fine start.
How long before you're fit to move?
Don't know. Longer than I'd like, but a slow recovery's still a recovery.
Who is that?
Oh. My, you startled me. It's miles away.
I know that look. You were praying to your goddess, weren't you?
So I was. Praying, though perhaps more accurately, pleading. Mystra commands all magic. Salvation, if such a thing exists, is hers to bestow or withhold. And yet even now, more than I fear losing my own self and soul, I fear losing my command of her art. Magic is my life. I've been in touch with the weave for as long as I can remember. There's nothing like it. It's like music, poetry, physical beauty, all rolled into one and given expression through the senses. Would you like to experience this?
Magic normally comes to me through prayer, but I don't mind trying.
Then follow my lead. Now you.
You feel something strange, like a kind word and a kind touch at the same time. It's warm and comfortable.
Excellent. Now, repeat after me. Athran Mistraril Kantrak Eo.
suddenly, the scent of rose water and a sense of well-being. A sliver of weave that tastes sweet on the tongue.
Very good. Now, I want you to picture in your mind the concept of harmony, as true as you can.
You see, or is it sense, the presence of a woman. The woman who hovered over Gale's palm. There's something like the anticipation of a kiss, then the pleasure of being cloaked in peace. You are safe. You are nestled in the cup of Mystra's hand.
You did it! You're channeling the weave. How does it feel?
It's different, but I can definitely feel a divine kind of presence.
Quite so. The weave is a sensitive conduit.
The weave connects you. The moment feels intimate. The weave evaporates, and as it does so, you realize the night feels suddenly cold and lonesome.
Oh. There it goes. How easily things slip away from us, no matter how hard they were in the obtaining. Good night. I enjoyed sharing a moment of magic with you.